Hey guys, it's your girl T, and I want to come on camera and talk to you guys about the whole Adrian Peterson situation. I've gotten a lot of emails. A lot of people want me to talk about it. I want to shout out Chanton Bullock because he's one of the first ones to post it on my Facebook page. It's just been a crazy situation. It's been a really crazy 24 hours, especially for the Peterson family. And I also want to shout out Adrian Peterson's cousin, Amara Davis. She sent me a message on Facebook, and she also wanted me to make a video setting the record straight. So if you guys have not heard, our fellow Vikings player, you guys know I'm a huge Vikings fan. I'm not a bandwagon jumper. I'm Team Vikings all day, every day, don't care. Even when I lived in North Carolina, I was Team Vikings. But Adrian Peterson's son, it was reported yesterday his son was beat by his baby's mother's boyfriend, and later on the little boy died. He had been in critical condition since Wednesday. So when this hit the news, everybody thought it was Adrian Jr. And everybody was like, hold on, when did Adrian and his fiance break up? You know, I thought they were still together. Who's his boyfriend? You know, poor Adrian Jr. It came out later on that it was Adrian Peterson's secret love child. So basically what happened is while Adrian's mother was pregnant with him, Adrian Peterson had, well, I guess was cheating with another woman, and the woman moved from the Twin Cities. She moved back to South Dakota. So what happened is after this woman had this child, Adrian knew nothing about this child. The woman assumed that she had gotten pregnant by someone else. So when she went to go file for child support on that father, they took a DNA test and it came back that he was not the father. So after that, she concluded that the only other person that she was with besides that man was Adrian Peterson. So then she hit Adrian Peterson with a paternity suit. He took the DNA test and it came back that it was his child. So he just found out about this child about 2 to 3 months ago. So he hadn't gotten a chance to even go out there and go see the child. His first time seeing the child was while the child was in the hospital in critical condition. So this is, so a lot of people have a lot of things to say about this. This situation is just crazy. There's so many ways to spin this story, let's be honest. First of all, I think, like I always say, we have to be more selective on who we choose to have kids with. Obviously, Adrian knew nothing about this woman because not only was Adrian sleeping with her and the wife, the woman was also sleeping with Adrian and somebody else. So there was no protection being used here. You know, it resulted in a baby, but it could have just as well resulted in HIV. I'm just being honest about the situation. It's too many folks out here just free fucking like it's a sport. And then having children and not knowing who the hell the father is. You know, I just don't understand that at all. It's almost like paternity. It's almost like having kids now is a hustle. It's just a hustle for child support. You know, I'm going to just screw whoever, and whoever gets me pregnant, hopefully I hit the jackpot. You know, but what disgusts me about this whole story is that her boyfriend beat her child to death. There have been many reports posted that the boyfriend, whose last name is Patterson, he's been arrested before for beating a child. You know, he has a Facebook page and he posts all this stuff about his own child, who's also 2 years old. He talks about his own child all the time and praises his child. Well, that child has a brother by the mother. So his baby's mother of that child has another child by somebody else. So what ended up happening is supposedly they were together and the child was acting up after church, and Patterson ended up beating that child, beat his brother's half-brother, beat him so bad that they had to put ice on the boy's bottom to relieve the pain from the welts. So the mother ended up calling the police on him, and he was charged with battery on that child. This was public information. The woman could have Googled this, so Adrian Peterson's baby's mother could have easily Googled this information. He obviously has a temper, and he obviously has a disdain for other people's kids. Because from what I see with him on Facebook, he holds his son to a high esteem. I've never heard of him beating on his own son, but it seems like he has no problem beating on everybody else's kids. So now Adrian Peterson's secret baby mama gets with this man. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. What we do know is that this child was beat so severely that he passed away from his injuries. I don't understand how any grown adult can get that mad at a 2-year-old that you would beat them like they're a rag doll, that you would beat them to death like that. You know, and then for the woman, and I'm pretty sure this is not the first time. When people show you their true colors, they show them to you, but it's up to you to either take that for what it is and keep it moving, or you stay in the situation. I know for a fact this could not have been the first time for him to beat that child. When somebody is physically hurting somebody, physically abusing somebody, it's an escalation process. It's, first it starts with foul words. It might start with the hit. It might start with the slap. Then they just go ape shit crazy. But he didn't just go ape shit crazy overnight. He didn't just beat this boy's butt overnight and kill him. He probably been abusing this child, and the mother was turning around looking the other way. This child was only 2 years old, and his entire life was a tragedy. He was born, under crazy circumstances. The mother didn't know who the father was. Then come to find out his father's this famous football player, and the father doesn't see him until he's on his deathbed. You know, this poor baby lived 2 years and he just had no knowledge of who he was. He had no knowledge of who his father was. And then the one man who he probably had some type of attachment to ends up killing him. You know, this is just insane. But let's not forget, let's not act like this is not happening all over the country. It's easy to go in on this story because it involves Adrian Peterson. I want to go ahead and shout out Shannon Bentley. Shannon sent me this story that's coming from California. This little girl, her name is Zanaya, and she's 2 years old. Look at her picture. She's gorgeous. She also was killed by her mother's boyfriend. What is up with these women? If I don't get nothing across in my videos, please take this from me. Everyone is not meant to be a father. Everyone is not meant to be a babysitter. So we need to get out this habit of just leaving our kids with just any and everybody. You may adore your child. You may love your child. That don't mean that that man does. He may love you. He may love having sex with you. But that doesn't mean that he has any attachment to your child. We need to stop that. Stop allowing men into our homes because we want them in our bedrooms, because we want somebody to hold us at night. But then we ignore the fact that they're abusing our children. This man was a damn psychopath. Back in July, he beat this mother half to death. She ended up in the hospital in July behind injuries that this man gave her. So this man was whooping your ass, clearly showing that he doesn't care about you because he's putting his hands on you. But then you have no qualms with leaving your 2-year-old daughter in his care for him to watch your child. If this ain't some crazy shit, I don't know what is. Not only does this man need to be locked up for killing this baby, I also blame the mother. She needs to be in jail for her negligence as well. She knew this man was abusive. The man beat her ass to the point where she was in the hospital, but yet and still, her daughter still ended up in this man's care. What breaks my heart with this Zanaya story is the fact that she has a biological father who cared about her. This man did an interview and he's heartbroken right now. He did not know about his daughter's death until he logged onto Instagram. He saw a bunch of RIP comments, rest in peace comments underneath his daughter's picture. He had no idea that his daughter had been beat to death by his baby mother's boyfriend. And he was denied visitation. He was denied seeing his daughter. And he feels like he was denied that because he knows that he's seen bruises on his child, he would have reported it and the mother would have been scared. So the mother was denying him visitation because she knew the daughter was being abused by the boyfriend. If this ain't some sick shit, I don't know what is. We need to wake up, ladies. Stop allowing people into your lives that mean you and your children no good. When you choose to bring a child into this world, that is your responsibility. It is your responsibility to not only feed and clothe them, it is your responsibility to make sure that they're safe. If you don't even allow a child's biological father around them because you feel some type of way, then why the hell would you allow Joe Schmo up the street to watch your child? Joe Schmo that has no attachment to your child, no emotional connection to your child? You know, we need to grow up. We need to start making better decisions as adults. Everyone is not fit to be a father. Everyone is not fit to be a mother. And we need to be more selective. There's no reason that Adrian Peterson should have a love child when he was in a committed relationship with his fiance. There's no reason this woman should have been sleeping with Adrian Peterson and another man and getting pregnant not knowing who the father was. There's no reason that this woman has a child with somebody and denies him visitation, but then lets a man that beats her ass watch her child. We need to start using common sense here, people. All these deaths could have been prevented. This is not the first time we're going to hear about this, and it's definitely not going to be the last time. We need to stop allowing other people to abuse our children. It is not that damn serious to have a boyfriend. It is not that damn serious to have a girlfriend. Your children should come first and foremost. Point blank, period. So anyways, go ahead, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the entire situation. What do you think about Adrian Peterson's situation with his love child dying? And then what do you think about the woman in California who allowed her boyfriend to basically beat her child even after he beat her ass back in July? I'm going to post a link down below. You guys can check out all the stories. But I want you guys to leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. All right. Deuces.